Hello and welcome to One Take. This is episode 15. This is the 15th episode, which means I'm going to see if I can go 15 minutes, to elaborate the amount of 15 that will be involved. I'm going to try and talk about superpowers, if that's a thing. I'm going to say, yeah, I'm going to talk about superpowers. The reason I say might, I'll probably get sidetracked at some point, maybe about Pokemon, maybe not, but it doesn't really matter. It's the journey, not really where you're going, but the fact that you get there. Which is completely different from what I actually just said right now, but it's not important. Now, superpowers. Everyone wants superpowers. They want super speed, which really would be null and void with my choice. Alright, let's go ahead and say this. My choice would be the ability to slow time to the point where the only thing that could possibly move at such a speed would be light particles and myself. Because you see, everyone's like, oh, why don't you just have the ability to stop time? Well, because for one thing, if you stop time, the light particles have stopped as well, and you won't be able to see anything. You'll be like, I can stop time! Okay, this is boring. Of course, it could be interesting if you have to use your hand bits to feel around when time stops. If you know what I mean. Wink. That's not the audio being out of sync because it's all being recorded to one device. I'm just stupid. Now, the specific way I want to be able to slow time to a legitimate crawl is because there's this little TV show produced in Canada. Now, you may know it as Black Hole High, if you're one of them Canadian people, or as Strange Days at Blake Halsey High, which was a good TV show from back in the day. Lots of Canadian shows from back in the day, you'll notice. Ed, and Eddie was also a Canadian show. Never actually filmed, they were never like, yeah, Canada, we'll show it there. Originally it was just American Cartoon Network. Yeah. I can't think of anything else that's Canadian. Lots of things, though, are Canadian because all of the good people just go, yeah, Canada, it's colder. Which I approve of because it's... What's that, 50 degrees? Let me wear the warmest clothing possible. Warm weather. Anyway, and in this show there was an episode. If you've seen this episode, you already know which one I'm going to talk about. I don't really remember the name of the episode, but I apologize, I had to pick something from my tripod. If you've seen this episode, you already know what I'm talking about, but if you haven't seen this episode, basically, there's this girl named Josie, right, and she gets a stopwatch, and she finds out that by clicking the little stopwatchy thing, it will slow time. When she clicks the stopwatch, it will slow time down. Finally. To where she is the only thing that can possibly move. Which is important because she's not stopping it. And that is come upon later. Anyway, eventually, of course, because this is a TV show and interesting things have to happen in the TV show, she clicks the button to be like, oh, I wanna go back to normal time. At one point later, when she's like, hey guys, look, I can travel through time. And of course, that technically means that you technically be getting older than other people, but it wouldn't be enough to be like, yeah, I'm 10 years older than you are now. It's been 5 minutes. For you, maybe. Yeah. So the stopwatch breaks, and she's stuck in extremely slow time, and she has to write a note and be like, guys, I'm stuck in really slow time. help, and then they figure out a way to save everyone and everything. And probably at some point they were like, oh, if we don't fix this, there's gonna be a black hole in the middle of the universe. Oh, is that where that came from? That's your obligatory awkward silence. Now, see, I'm sure all other superpowers are fine and dandy. Like, you know, oh, I can run really, really fast. Great, you're the same as a crackhead. I can fly. Great, you're a bird now. But who could be like, I can slow time down to where I am the only thing that can possibly move. Great, you're a awesome magician person. You know, there's not really any possible way of being like, you can't devalue that. Especially if you can actually be like, slow, fast, slow, fast, slow, low, 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 fast. I realize I'm making hand gestures. Gestures. Ha 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 ha, making. Few people will get that joke. I hope a lot of people do, but many probably don't. Any who's in what's it. I make a lot of hand gestures while I'm doing this, and you'll probably like see my shoulders move at some point. My hands will just come out of nowhere and be like, or something like that. But you'll be like, I wonder what he's doing with those hands of his. And I'll just say, going like this. And that's just everything I do. And you see, if I go forward like this far enough, and then really quickly go backwards like this, maybe I can possibly make the autofocus. I think I might have turned that off, actually, and I just look like a total moron at this point. I'm okay with that. So, you know, you can be like, oh, I want X-ray vision. Great, it'll require, you know, actual machinery. Like, I'm not sure which part of the X-ray you want. Do you want to be able to see through walls, or do you want X-ray vision? Because they're two different things. Like, everyone's just like, X-ray, yeah, you can see through stuff. But X-ray, it's... Alright, an X-ray, they have a ray, right? They have a little ray gun that they shoot at your face. Or wherever they're X-raying. They have a little ray gun that shoots at your face. And then they have you stand with a little, like, lead thing protecting everywhere else or something. Maybe my doctor is just like, yeah, let's get him to wear this lead thing. I don't know what it's called. And then there's a sheet behind you, so that then behind you is a little sheet that will absorb these rays that are made here. So it's that looks kind of weird. And then here you are, right in the middle here, and your bones absorb these rays. So it's, and then everything else just allows them to pass through, and they go into the board. And so if you ever actually see an X-ray, that's why the black part is areas where actually the rays were absorbed. And then the white part is the area where they weren't absorbed, and those indicate bones. So if you don't have any bones, you probably have no need for an X-ray machine. If we all had no bones, we'd be like, what's an X-ray? Like, oh, you know, it's like a thing, X's. It's like the Superman thing from the second movie where he's like, huh, and the bad guy's like, I am mildly surprised for a moment. That's more or less what happens in all the Superman movies. They're just like, what? Ah, Superman, finally. Here, exposition, girlfriend, exposition, boobs, exposition. Oh no, I've been defeated. And it's just the same thing every time. And then Superman later, he's just like, exposition, 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 woe is me, so much power, so much responsibility, I just want to be a reporter. Which brings me to another point. Do you realize that both Clark Kent and Peter Parker are journalists of like within 10 years of each other? And they're both moonlighting as superheroes? And unless they've changed Superman in some way, I'm pretty sure that both of them, you know, report mostly about whoever it is that their secret identity is. Like Peter Parker, he has this, like, he brings his camera when he goes crime fighting, and he's like, here, you just stay up here, Mr. Camera, and take pictures. And then he goes and beats people up, and then J. Jonah Jameson, I don't remember what is the first J actually J, like J-A-Y? Or is it like a, hold on a second, I'm Googling it. Yeah, no, it's J, like J-A-Y. J. Jonah Jameson. And he's just like, wow, Peter, those are some pretty good pictures of that Spider-Man fella. And then, of course, Clark Kent, he's just like, yeah, this is what happened. Look at, I'm typing with my superhuman fingers. Really close to my face. I kissed the spacebar. And when it's an angry letter, I headbutt it. If you've seen Dane Cook, you're probably mad at me at this point. If you're watching at this point. Speaking of this point, if I'm not allowed to upload a 15-minute video, I'm just gonna be like, yeah, boop. So yeah, poop. Where was I? We talked about the, you know, superpowers. We're on superpowers, yeah. So you don't want X-ray vision, you want to be able to see through things, which is completely different. And it allows you to look at naked girls. Which honestly is, well, you can look at naked girls if you slow down time, say, to just above the speed it takes to allow light to travel. And then just walk into the girls' room and be like, hello, ladies. And then you take all the pictures you want. Which I don't think machines would work if you slow time down. STD, right? If you slow time down, I'm going to refer to slowing time down as an STD from now on. That's wonderful. Absolutely fantastic. So, if you STD, then you can basically do whatever you want. You basically have all of the superpowers except, you know, like super strength and shooting laser beams out of your eyes and super hearing, really. Anything that really is like, oh, I can lift things, or oh, I can hear things, that kind of thing, like sensory or just physical. Like, you could technically run extremely fast. Maybe the Flash isn't actually able to run at super speeds, but he creates a bubble of time displacement in which he is unaffected, but everything else in the universe is. Like some sort of reverse time displacement bubble thing. Like, I don't know. This has been quite possibly the nerdiest episode. But anyway, superpowers. If I had a superpower, I'd want to be able to slow time down to where just the speed of light can be speeded. And apparently I'm good at biology. I learned that today because I had to take a pretest for biology. And she said, like, we had to grade it ourselves. And I was like, okay. Because that's what I do. I'm like, either I get one wrong, then another wrong somewhere down below, or it's just a row of wrong ones, like 5 wrong or something. Anyway, I only missed 5 out of 50. And so I got a 90. And she was, as soon as we were done grading, she was like, most people because she's an old man. She's John Madden. This is gonna be over 15 minutes. Good for you. I'm gonna see if I can make this 20 minutes long, and then if I ever have to like be like, hey, remember how I didn't make a video today? Just watch this old one twice, and then you'll see all the wonderful things. If I've wasted the last 15 minutes of my life, I might just shoot a person. What was I saying earlier? Anyway, she was like, yeah, no one, not many people, very, very small amount, few. By the way, this is an inch, more or less. This is an Andy inch. This is how I measure inches. It's more of an like 2.5 inches. What was I saying? I have massive muscles on my eyebrows. Anyway, I don't have any idea what I was just talking about. Let's see. Biology, right? And I've probably said the same thing about 7 times now. She says no one's gonna get above a 70, probably, most likely. And then everyone's like, oh, what'd you get? What'd you get? And I'm just sitting there like, crap. I'm weird. No one talk to me. I'm weird. Oh my god. I'm weird. Because I got a 90. It's just above passing. That's a past advanced if it was SOL terms. And I'm talking to the teacher afterwards because that's the kind of thing I do. And I'm like, I'm kind of self-conscious about the grade I got here in this test thing. And she's like, why? What did you get? And I'm like, I got a 90. And she's like, what? That's great. But she didn't say it in this tone because my ears were kind of bleeding after she said it because, yeah. Really high is basically what she did. Everyone ready? We're gonna count the seconds of awkward silence. Ten full seconds of awkward silence. That's gonna probably not happen again for a while. Or again in this video at least, which will be interesting. I'm gonna have to... This is gonna be a long time uploading. So yeah. The only reason I'm good at biology is because, you know, most of my life I spent watching National Geographic and the History Channel and the Discovery Channel to some extent. Didn't really watch it all that much. I never really liked Shark Week, you know? I was always like, great, cool, sharks, things, getting eaten by sharks, wonderful. But could you tell me about the sharks, actually? Like, could you explain to me what the sharks... Like, did you know, for instance, that shark semen is actually like in a little capsule? It's in its own little capsule by the size of your heart, apparently. It's like in its own little capsule, and it's like a bullet being shot into the lady shark. Because they live in the ocean, and you're not really allowed to have that kind of knot thing if you live in the ocean where everything is already liquid. This is a kids show, by the way. No, it's not. So yeah. By the way, in case you're wondering, like most people, I also quit watching, you know, Discovery Channel, History Channel, National Geographic, Spike, that kind of thing. When they were like, oh, let's do reality shows. Yeah, that'll be cool. I don't want to hear about people who, like, cops. Cops was good, right? You'd be like, wow, man, these law enforcement officers have a hard time. It was supposed to be like that. You're supposed to have greater appreciation for policemen and women. But Storage Wars, right? Who can explain, like, oh man, the life of these people on television is so difficult. They have to put up with each other's crap. My God, how terrible can it get? Also, that's basically the same premise as Big Brother, which was good the first 3 seasons, maybe. But now they're on like what, 24, 25, 7, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. What else was I saying? Over 20 minutes at this point. If this actually gets uploaded, I'm gonna be very happy. I'm gonna do some sort of celebratory thing for the 16th video. The entire 16th video, I'm gonna put a lot of work into it. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. Lots of work and things. I'm getting closer because I'm gonna probably have to press this little button now because I'm running out of battery. I can get about 3 videos in because I just leave this camera running all the time. I can film. Just be like, yeah, video, blah, 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 blah. But before that, it'll be on for 20 minutes and it's just gonna be me going and then looking at myself and then going, maybe I should fix it like this now, and then going back to searching things like what am I going to talk about. Oh my god. Oh, one more thing. This is going to be one of the high quality episodes, by the way, where I just talk most of the time because I have things to say. So apparently sometime next month, about the 21st through 23rd, I want to say, I'm going to be away at Virginia Beach, which is on the opposite end of the state, with my family and whatnot, and my little nephew of 9 months now. He was born like Thanksgiving time, so that's a good estimation. 10 months? I don't know. Look, he's not like walking, but he is annoying and nephewy. What I want from children is for them to be like me. Not in a, oh yeah, I'm gonna make videos just like Andy, but in a, I'm not going to care much about anything any particular way if it doesn't involve science. Dude, did you hear about policies of the president? No! Are they scientific policies? No. Then screw you! And that's why I don't have that many friends. Disclaimer. This is the disclaimer first, by the way. Disclaimer. I have plenty of friends. I don't really want any more. It's fine. You don't need to like be like, oh, Andy, he is so lonely. I must befriend him. I'm fine, really. Hey, how you doing? Just go away. No, but I want to talk. Shut up. No. That's a really nice shirt. Thanks. Go away. God. That's the kind of thing I talk about when I have 23 minutes. Oh, the light is blinking. The little thing is blinking. On the count of 3. Is everyone ready? I'm going to stop it on 23... 15. Let's go with that. 15, to go with the time.